With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hello, and welcome to the Great Pop Culture Debate Primer for our episode devoted to the best James Bond film. I'm Eric Resniak, and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know heading into this week's episode, which will be available tomorrow on all podcast platforms. To listen to our warm-up for this episode, in which the panelists discuss their favorite Bond films that did not make the bracket, become a Patreon subscriber of our podcast today. For this episode, we had a public poll featuring all 25 of the canonical Eon James Bond films. We did not consider the 1967 parody version of Casino Royale or the 1983 Sean Connery return, Never Say Never Again. We received more than 60 responses to the poll. And the 16 most popular films were added to a bracket, and now our panel, myself, Great Pop Culture Debate panelists Carissa Kloss and Michael Schwartz, and special guest secret agent Eric Slater from Podcasters Assembled and other shows in the We Can Make This Work Probably podcast network, argue about it and insult each other, all for your amusement. The 16 Bond films that made the bracket are Casino Royale, the 2006 version introducing Daniel Craig's Bond, For Your Eyes Only from 1981 starring Roger Moore, License to Kill with Timothy Dalton from 1989, The Living Daylights, the other Dalton Bond film from 1987, The Spy Who Loved Me from 1977, a Roger Moore joint, Octopussy from 1983, also starring Moore, The World Is Not Enough from 1999 with Pierce Brosnan, 2012 Skyfall featuring Daniel Craig, From Russia with Love from 1963 starring Sean Connery, Live and Let Die from 1973 starring Roger Moore, Dr. No, the very first Bond film from 1962 and starring Sean Connery, On Her Majesty's Secret Service from 1969, the one and only George Lazenby Bond film, GoldenEye, the 1995 Pierce Brosnan intro film, Thunderball from 1965 starring Sean Connery, Tomorrow Never Dies from 1997 featuring Pierce Brosnan, and finally, 1964's Goldfinger, also with Sean Connery. And that's it. That's our Spy 16, so make sure you head over to your podcast platform of choice tomorrow to find out which movie we ultimately decide is the best James Bond film of all time. Thank you for listening, and if you want to hear the warm-up in which we discuss the Bond films that did not make the bracket, become a Patreon supporter of our podcast. Otherwise, make sure you've subscribed to the show so you don't miss any of our upcoming episodes, and head to greatpopculturedebate.com where you'll find the polls to determine which we debate next and loads of other cool bonus content. See you over in the main episode.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather, now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.